Can you pull up the death rate right now? And how many cases are in Indy, just for the documentary?
The documentary. It's okay, buddy. It's still running.
I have to go back and grab
Okay.
Hello, future people, anybody who's watching this video for whatever reason. Today is, what's today?
March 21st, 2020. It's my brother's birthday, his 31st birthday, and it's my dad's birthday tomorrow and his twin brother Tim. So today we spent the day at Kyle's house, hanging out, meeting up with the family, and the entire country is supposedly on quarantine, or is on quarantine, I guess. Lots of different things that could mean, but basically people are staying inside because of the coronavirus, the COVID-19.
And I just wanted to make this video just to kind of serve as like this is what's happening and this is what it looks like for us right now, just so that maybe we can, like, I don't know, look back on it, show our future kids this and when I talk about it, because I know this is definitely the biggest thing globally that has happened in my lifetime so far, and also honestly our parents' lifetime too. Like, this is a big thing. Like, schools are shut down, government agencies are shut down, entire states are shut down. Right now I think there are mandatory shelter-in-place orders for New York, New Jersey, and Illinois right now. And I know St. Louis, the city, has a shelter-in-place order, but not the entire state of Missouri. So, yeah, I just figured we'd kind of make a video just to show what's up with us right now. We've been in quarantine for about a week now. The bars and restaurants in Indiana, where I live right now, are closed, as well as the gyms and, like, you know, shopping malls, movie theaters, stuff like that.
So today's the 21st, and they closed. So St. Patrick's Day was this last Monday, and Tuesday. St. Patrick's Day was on Tuesday. So by the end of Monday night, pretty much everything was ordered by the state to close. And by everything, I mean everything that doesn't sell, like, non-essential things. So, like, all the bars and restaurants closed, like she said. They ended up, some retail stores are closed, just kind of depends on the place. But, you know, you can still get groceries. And, you know, the government has said they want to make sure that everybody still has reasonable access to groceries, because there's pretty much been an immediate recession as people are kind of, you know, freaking out a little bit about their job security and closures that might affect their hours, and that's certainly happening in a lot of places. And, you know, we live in one state, but there's also 49 other states and all the territories that pretty much just have to come up with their own response, because we just kind of have political leaders kind of guiding the whole process, and really it kind of depends on the state how extreme the measures that are being taken are. So, like, in Washington and California and New York, where they had some outbreaks, you know, larger population places, they all had shelter-in-place orders pretty early, like as much as, like, I guess, like a week ago. And we're just kind of gradually catching up with that. I don't think there's a lot of cases here that we know of, but what's weird about the coronavirus is that they say that you don't really know you have it for up to maybe 2 weeks. So it's something that kind of just lives on you, and you can interact with people and give it to them and really have no idea. So that's why they're ordering everybody to stay at home, because perhaps if you do have these symptoms, then you're not spreading it to be on other people. But it's interesting, because it's like when you say order at home, it's still the USA. It's like the government doesn't necessarily intrude on our lives every day, but we just kind of have to follow their lead, and I guess kind of just understand that it's a big crisis and people are trying to manage it, and health officials say it's really, really not a fun thing. It's not going so well right now.
Yeah, I think that's another issue that's pretty big right now, is that you don't know if you have it, especially if you're like us, like young, healthy people. You might not show symptoms, but you can still be carrying it, and that's a big problem because we don't have enough tests right now. Like, the tests take a long time to be processed, and before that it takes a lot to actually get approval to get a test. So right now I think they're basically just saying, we're going to treat it as if everyone has the virus, just because honestly that is very possible right now.
So what I'm looking up on here, she wanted me to pull this up, was globally currently, again, this is March 21st. So this is something that I guess they knew it started sometime around November, December in China, and it became a huge epidemic there. But of course, China is very globally prominent, and literal political leaders were giving it to each other, and especially people who are dealing with Chinese businessmen and government officials. It's what started in China at meat markets, supposedly through bats and wild animals, spread throughout an entire city, and then officials in that city contacted with people from other cities, so did common people, and it just spread like crazy. And so you really started to hear about it coming to the U.S. within probably like the last week or so. But right now there's just over 300,000 cases known globally, and that's just what's known. And 13,000 people have died, and
3 in Indiana so far.
And what's interesting is that there's a strong recovery rate for it. It says that of the 300,000 people who have actually gotten the virus, then these are just the ones that are measured, almost 95,000 of them have actually recovered. And that's worldwide. But again, that's what's known. That's by countries that have the infrastructure to be able to, test and be aware of the statistics that are taking place because of the virus. But certainly in other parts of the world, they're not really aware how extreme it might get, because it is so contagious, and some other countries don't have the infrastructure in their medical systems to be able to really treat everybody. And they even say the U.S. doesn't even have anywhere near what it needs right now, because we are in kind of preparation mode right now, and it's really just a matter of containing how big it gets, because we know it will get big, there's no doubt about that, but it's just a matter of keeping that peak from
flattening
getting too high.
The curve. That's what we keep hearing on the news. Exactly. I want to get more into how this is affecting our unique day-to-day lives, because it really has been, especially with this being the weekend and us having to sit at home. We're young, vibrant, fun people. We like to go out and have fun. It's we're really noticing a difference, because we can't go out and have fun. We can't go to restaurants, we can't go to bars, and I am more than happy to stay home to comply with this and do my part in the fight against coronavirus. But there has been a pretty big impact on our lives so far. My mom personally is freaking out, because she still has her job, but she works in sales, and so all of her companies that she gets commission from when they make advertisements, they have pulled all their advertising, so she technically still has a job but no income right now, which is obviously scary. And a lot of people are like that. Their companies have had huge layoffs. There's a huge unemployment thing going on right now. So that's been wild. But also just having to stay inside all day, and only going out to go to a neighbor's house or to the grocery store, or I know you've been going to a local sports complex and playing on one of the empty soccer fields just to get some exercise. But it's been weird, and we're hoping that we can do what we have to do now and just go over the top, washing our hands, staying at home now, so that we can just get through this quicker.
Exactly. And I was just looking on here, and it said of the 300,000 cases globally, there's 26,000 known in the U.S. But what's scary about it is that they've only within the last couple of days started talking about more and more tests coming through. So essentially just the number of cases is just increasing and increasing more and more each day, especially as people realize that they do have it. And I think we're lucky to be in the U.S. where we're able to hopefully manage the crisis and have the ability to do it. But this could definitely have far-reaching impacts across the globe. But just again, for just you and me, it's we're wanting to go do things. It's not like our lives have changed significantly. We do all the same things we do at home, and we just hang out and, spend time with Banjo, and hopefully maybe get in touch with some friends to hang out with, or just our families. But, I just, there's definitely some empty grocery shelves, and they're restocking them a lot more. People have been hoarding toilet paper.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Hopefully, if you're watching this in the future, when they talk about coronavirus, they talk about the toilet paper shortage of March 2020, because it's been ridiculous.
There is.
People have been legit hoarding toilet paper, and you have to go. The only time that I have been able to find it is when I went to Aldi, literally at 9 a.m. when they opened, and there was already a line out the door, and people were just running to the toilet paper. Mm-hmm. Thankfully, I snatched some, but it was rough.
Throwing some bows.
Yeah, that and meat, dairy, eggs, bread, it's just hard to find.
I think what's good, though, is that it seems like the grocery stores are doing a good job at really replenishing, but, for example, today is Saturday, and Courtney saw something on the internet where it was our local Meijer, which is a grocery store. There was a line out the door.
Mm-hmm, they were at capacity.
Because, so many people here on the weekend trying to get groceries. But we stocked up. We did a good job stocking up all week. We got pretty much everything we need. Getting kind of creative. We've been cooking a lot more, but it's really just kind of about spending some more time with each other because, obviously we work full time and we're in love. But anyway, it's definitely been about spending time with each other and trying to keep busy, stay exercise, running around, doing some home workouts. We have a great house here, and we've had a great start out of college, and, things are going well for us. But I would say that, we definitely wish we could go out and see more of Indy, because we're really starting to hit our stride here and meet some new cool people, and the weather was getting nicer, and we were done with the winter, and I think we were ready to take it on. But, it's just it's on hold for now. Luckily, the weather hasn't gotten too nice now, but once it does start getting warmer, we're definitely hopefully going to want to go find more people.
Yeah.
But hopefully that curve will start to lower now, lower soon, I guess. And, hopefully everything's taken care of. And I don't think the coronavirus, I guess, closing on it is, I think I'll look back at this as, it was shitty, excuse my language. It was not the most fun, staying inside, and that was kind of the mindset everybody had. Again, nobody's pointing a gun to us and saying you need to stay inside, but it is highly recommended, and I think people kind of got the message that it's really the right thing to do right now, and it's the best thing we can do is just stay away from large groups and gatherings of other people, yeah, I think hopefully the testing will come through and more people will be able to identify who does and who doesn't have it. But I really do think that it's going to be, until there's a vaccine or a treatment available, I think it's just going to be basically a new kind of flu. I think it's just going to be something people will accept that just is in the world, and you can get it. And I think that I don't really know if it can go away at this point. I think we can manage it in terms of, people can obviously start getting together again and living normal lives, but I think that in the future, they'll start talking about COVID-19, coronavirus is something you can just catch. Just like a cold. It might not be as common as that, but I think it's certainly...
And it's definitely going to be in the mix now.
Yeah, I think it's
there's going to be different forms of it too, but the one that's going to be different about the COVID-19 as opposed to COVID-20 or COVID-2021 is we don't have any immunity to COVID-19. And once we start building that up, it'll be fine, hopefully. So.
Yeah, who knows? I think that hopefully there'll be a treatment, and then, I think it's just all about perceptions, and I think that people are going to start perceiving that it's not as much of a threat. If you do catch it, it's treatable, and you can get a vaccine for it, so the symptoms aren't as bad. But certainly right now, we don't have those advancements. There's a lot of hope and a lot of progress, luckily. But at the same time, it's just the people who are getting really sick. The ones who are getting it right now for the time are just hoping that they can fight it off, because they're saying that it really does affect older people a lot worse than younger people, and it can really cause a lot of breathing issues and just be more intense than what you would think of as a cold. So every day, I think people are realizing more and more it's not like a common cold. This is like, something that really is serious and it's not treatable.
And I think that's been like a common trend that I've seen just talking to my friends and how they feel about it is because we don't know a whole lot about this disease, so we don't know like if we're overreacting or underreacting.
That's the Chinese food I knew was here.
Okay, Chinese food's here.
Well, okay. We'll close
Thank you for watching. Hopefully, we don't have to make another one of these videos. Hopefully, this is the worst that it gets, and it's all uphill from here. Thank you for watching.
Woo! 2020.
Let's go COVID.
Let's go COVID.
Let's not go COVID.
Again, back.